Hey guys, it's Emily. I'm here at the TCI warehouse and we are about to go inside and build an awesome 4L80E for the Impala project I've got in the shop. Let's go get to work. Hey Scott, what's going on, man?
Hey Emily, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
I'm ready to build a transmission. Let's get to work.
Good, let's do it. We'll show you a little bit and then we'll get back there and get started.
Let's do it.
All right. Each one of these areas is a building table for the transmission builders. Of course, everybody's gone home for the day. They usually come in early on
Friday
Fridays.
afternoon, everybody's like, peace.
Exactly.
Got it.
So, this is part of our triple testing that we do on our transmissions. You've seen at the manufacturing where we test the valve bodies.
The valve body, yes.
Well,
that was a cool machine.
This is an answermatic that actually hydraulically checks the circuits in the transmission.
All right.
So we'll use this on your transmission once we get to that point.
Okay, sweet.
The last part of our triple testing is our dyno, where we actually mount the transmission to a dyno and hydraulically check it, check the converter, check all the circuits,
oh, wow.
make sure everything functions correctly. This would be the last part of the testing on your transmission.
Before we met with Scott to assemble my transmission, we went and visited my friend Will Vance, and he took us on a tour of manufacturing. All right, where are we now?
So this is where we got all our steel, because we do, believe it or not, Emily, we actually do, if we can do it in-house, we want to do it in-house. We try not to outsource anything we have to. So raw steel components, like our input shafts, like in your transmission, that comes with an upgraded input intermediate shaft, and our planetaries and stuff. So we actually start right here with that. We got some cold roll steel that we start with. Hey Dave, this is Miss Emily Williams.
Hey there.
We've got her coming around and checking out stuff.
Nice to meet you.
She is building an Impala. She's gonna do it on power tour, and so she's gonna build her transmission here, and we're gonna take her over to the other building, let her build it, and, but she's gonna run one of our flex plates, and we just happened to notice you were doing something. This is the valve body department.
All right.
The valve body, you know, it is, like you said earlier, it's basically the brain of your transmission.
The brain of the transmission.
Yep. Your valve body is what's going to dictate where the fluid goes to apply the clutch packs. So your front pump spins when your motor's running, that's circulating the fluid, and then this fluid runs through. Common term, they call it the worm gallery.
The worm gallery,
yep.
That's awesome.
Because it looks like a worm farm,
yeah,
all
it does.
the little grooves and passages. So this is where you're going to have the magic of a converter.
Torque converter heaven.
Absolutely. And what you got, top, this is the part that's spun by your front pump. That's where it engages into your front pump. And a converter,
wow, look at that in there.
Converter really, all it's doing is taking the fluid and forcing it to run different ways, and that increases your stall speed by increasing how hard it's forcing that fluid through the veins.
I would like for you guys to meet Paul. He builds awesome transmissions for a living every day here at TCI, and he's going to teach me how to build my transmission. Where are we going to start, Paul?
We're going to start at the lower gear set.
All right. All right. Are these considered shims?
These are bearings.
These are bearings. Greasing them up.
Greasing them up so they stay in
With
place.
the assembly goo, technical term.
Yeah.
Is that why your hands look so silky smooth?
You know, I had a girl tell me the other day, she went like this, and me to slap her 5, and I slapped her 5. She said, "Your hands are so soft."
Oh, Paul.
I know it.
It's because of building transmissions all day.
With all the lube.
I know. Okay, so we have low gear and reverse built, and the band is already installed in the transmission, so Paul tells me we're going to build the transmission in sections, install it, and then go up from there. So it looks really awesome. There were a lot of little pieces in there. Quite intimidating. You want me to do this part? Put these in? Is there a
You
method?
just stagger them a steel,
Okay.
clutch.
Okay, right now we're building our high gear. So we layer these steel pieces with the clutch pieces between, and then it'll slide right in the transmission, right on top of low gear and reverse. So I really just drop it down in there.
Well, don't drop it, just ease
I'm not gonna drop it. All right, in goes our overdrive. Slipped in there. Now it's time to install the pump.
After you put in your 4th gear clutches.
After I put in my 4th gear clutches, then it will be in time to install the pump.
Start out with the steel.
You said pump was next, Paul. I heard you with my own eyes. We are just completing the installation of our servo, which operates our rear band, which is our low gear and reverse. Okay, we're working with the Answermatic machine that is their second process for their triple testing system that tests to be sure the transmission's good before they send it out to the customer. So this checks the stability and the integrity of the hydraulic system within the transmission. So it's really cool to see how it works. We're going to show you. So when the gauge goes all the way over like that, that means it's holding pressure.
Yep.
And that's how we want it to be.
Yep.
So that's in the front part of the case, and now we're going to check the rear.
Yeah, well that was 4th gear. This is your rear servo.
And there it
Your
is.
band apply servo.
Holding great pressure.
Holding great.
Sweet.
We're installing the valve body, which is the brain of the transmission.
All right, our filter is in. We've got our sensors plugged in and our solenoids. We're going to put the pan on and take it over to the dyno. Okay, our transmission's all hooked up to the electric dyno. We've got all the lines to be sure the pressure is correct. We're going to test and be sure that the transmission is shifting at the right shift points. And we're also going to be sure that the torque converter is locking up at the certain speed that we want it to. So it's pretty cool to watch this thing. We're also using the Easy TCU system by Fast, which is the same one we're using on the Impala. So that's really awesome too. All right, it's been an awesome day at TCI. Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
And big thanks to Will for giving us a tour at the manufacturing plant. Can't wait to get this transmission home and put it in the Impala. It's going to be awesome.
Take 57.
Well, why don't you do the talking?
Got one of those.
The FedEx truck is here. Hi there. How are you?
I got one skid for
You got what?
you. One skid.
One skid?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool, man. We're going into the shop back here.
Okay.
Thank you. How are you today?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing awesome. Really awesome since this arrived. It's real exciting. Hey!
What's happening?
Transmission's here.
Oh wow, the way you built.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
happen. Cameraman, it's you. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Amanda.
You guys deserve that. That was a heavy tranny.
Cheers, man.
Good job. Then I just have a snack. Let's get that dang old gym bar, Aaron. Where is that thing?
I can open it with my hands.
I'm running some tools. Really, babe? Really, babe?
Dude, they glued.
You're just gonna He-Man it? Okay. I'm gonna go get my box cutter.
You're not messing around. Matches my engine thing.
She pretty. Hydromatic.
So the torque converter's up there already?
Uh-huh.
That's one of the reasons it's heavy.
Does it have a pretty pan on it?
Yeah. No, you put it on there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, James! Look what came!
Transmission. Whoa.
Yeah. Streetfighter.
Very nice.
Yeah.
We can get some wiring action now.
That's what I'm talking about.
Man! Look at the pan, too. It's super pretty. Isn't that
TCI.
nice?
We needed you here 30 minutes ago when our scrawny asses were trying to put it up in that.
Aaron and Dan were. I tried and I was like, no, this isn't gonna happen.
No way.
I'm leaving it to the dudes.
So I have a phobia about transmission lines when you just put a barb fitting in there and then push them on and then run that to your trans cooler. A couple times I've actually done that, and it was probably my fault because I didn't use a good enough hose. But the hose would either blow out or it would push off and spill transmission fluid and possibly hurt the transmission. But anyways, I pulled the old fittings out of our old transmission. I was going to go to the hardware store and find something to convert it to an AN. And these are actually, for a 4L80, these are special fittings. And so I got on TCI's website and I found out that they actually make one that converts it to a -6 line, and our cooler has a -6 line on it as well. So what we're going to do is we'll put these fittings in here, and then I've mounted the cooler at the back with a fan on it, and then we'll go have hydraulic fittings built and run those all the way down the frame to the back. It's a much more expensive way to do it, but I'll have no concern about it once it leaves. I'm going to put these fittings in here. They have an O-ring on them, so make sure your O-ring's on there. And on this front one, it has a little pipe on it. I can't tell you why that is, but I have a feeling that it needs to be on there.
It is time to install this beautiful TCI flex plate. Now, when I visited the TCI manufacturing, it was really cool to see the guys welding each weld. All of these are hand built, and it's quite impressive to see the process. I respect TCI a lot. They are an American company and made in USA and good stuff, so it's pretty neat. Let's install this baby.
Good catch.
Thank you.
Got that on film.
Oh man. I freaking love this LED, but it's hard to secure it up in here. Okay. Now I'm kind of blind. torque these bolts. 75 pounds. Aaron, okay, flex plate's in, babe. Let's stab a tranny.
Guess that's better than getting stabbed by a tranny.
Well,
I'd prefer not to do either, but I would like to get this transmission in.
let's install a transmission.
That sounds like more fun.
At least more kind.
Do you think that the jack's going to go tall enough?
Let's lower the car a little bit.
Okay. Alright, we'll go up with the swatch and listen for the pizza lady.
Pizza. Slowly but surely. Alright, pizza made it. Lunch break at 4 o'clock.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bam.
Cheers.
Here. Jacking up that tranny, babe? You
Yep.
jacking up that tranny.
How are we?
We're good. We gotta keep going a little bit. Hold on, I'm gonna all
Don't scratch the epoxy.
I'm not. Okay. Keep going.
Ready to go forward?
Almost there. A little bit more. Our dowel is in over here. We just need to rotate this one.
Here.
Okay, here we go. I think it looks good, babe. Let's
Okay.
go forward.
How's the angle? Are we on both dowels?
Yeah, we're on both dowels. We're closer to flush over here than we are on this side.
Let's put 4 bolts in it. It's almost flush. We're just using the bolts to pull it in the last bit because there's paint on everything. Oh,
Extension?
No, you don't need. I'd like to put bolts, please. Do you have undercoating in your armpit?
Yes, I do. And it's not perfectly shaved either. Oh well.
Totally just got a zoomed in shot on that.
Man shit.
Oh well. Okay, so we just spent about 15 minutes scratching our heads over this silliness. We know in the past that torque converters have taken 3 bolts, even though we don't do that many automatic transmissions. We thought that was the case, but we have 6 bungs for bolts, and we were going, what the heck? Do we not have enough bolts? Do we have the wrong flex plate or the wrong torque converter? Because some of the bolts weren't lining up. But we called Will at TCI, and he was like, no guys, it only takes 3 bolts. Made it a universal thing so that you can run the old school torque converters with our new flex plates. So if you're scratching your head too in wonderment of why your bolt holes aren't lining up, thinking you have the wrong parts like we were, don't worry. Just takes 3 bolts. All right, time to stick our starter in. So this is a high torque, high output starter. It cranks a lot faster than a stock or OEM starter, and it can deal with a lot of higher heat applications, which is cool. The mounting block itself has all of these holes where you can clock it around and rotate the starter and the solenoid to have it be accessible anywhere you need it. Like if you have a frame rail that's close or something, then you can You can have it anywhere you like. It's pretty sweet. Okay, our starter is in. The wires are tight. Huh. Sweet. All right, it is time to put some trans fluid in this thing. We just got the torque converter bolts in and the starter reinstalled, and it's time for some trans fluid. James is in there working on the gauge cluster. Being awesome.